Cask 529. I'm Brian.
And I'm Shona.
And tonight, I know we've been away for almost 2 weeks.
Just a little over a week, I think.
Yeah, so I apologize. We apologize for that. We've just been super busy trying to get the basement done.
Yep.
And we're almost out of time, but we're almost there.
We are.
So anyway, we forced ourselves to take a little break tonight. I think we're actually going to go back to work when we're done. Yay. And we're going to talk about a bottle tonight, Chestnut Farms. And this, we've never seen this bottle in Ohio. It doesn't show on the OHLQ site. I've had people talk about they've had it, but I think they've gotten it from out of state. Anyway, a few weeks ago, when Stag made its rounds here in Ohio, we were able to get a couple of bottles of Stag and a couple additional bottles of Blanton's.
Yep. And
I was talking with an old Navy friend of mine that lives out on the West Coast, Neil, thanks. And he said, man, I haven't been able to get Blanton's since COVID. And I used to drink it daily. I said, well, I might have some Blanton's. I could work a trade out. What do you got? So he said, hey, when I can't get Blanton's, Chestnut Farms is my next go-to. So we worked out a trade, and we shipped him a bottle of Blanton's. He shipped us this Chestnut Farms. And I think we're going to give it a shot.
we are. Now, I have to admit, we did give it a shot several days ago.
We did, however, we were exhausted.
Yeah, we were.
I don't think I even finished mine.
But we wanted to get it opened. That way, when we did taste it, it wouldn't be the neck pour.
And it was great out of the neck, as I remember.
Yes. So once Brian told me we were getting this, it took me a couple days to remember the name of it, to be honest, because I really hadn't heard of it myself. So I had to Google it, find out a little bit about it, and then I became super excited for it to arrive. Why? Because it is made by Barton 1792, and 1792 happens to be one of our favorites and our go-tos here.
It is.
We love the 1792 small batch. I enjoy the sweet wheat. We have the foolproof. And the
that's bad.
Foolproof and the bottled and bond. And I enjoy them all. And so when I found out that this was coming from Barton 1792, super excited. This one is only a 90 proof, and it is distilled, aged, bottled by Clear Spring Distilling Co in Louisville, Kentucky. It is highly allocated. Now, history shows in the past it was really only it was really only produced for Total Wine. And I think since then, I mean, that was several years ago that showed that. Since then, I think you can get it at a handful of liquor stores or shipping type websites and stuff like that. But it is a 6-year-old bourbon. The price range, is, from what I'm seeing, is generally around the $60 to $80 range, depending on where you're getting it from. So again, I was super excited because 1792 has a great product line, and I knew that this one probably would not disappoint either.
And I don't, from the small taste that we had, and that's probably been a week ago or more. I don't think it's going to disappoint, really.
No, I don't believe so either. So we have not played this game for a very long time either, where we pick out the tasting notes that we taste, each of us, and then I go and I look. I will tell you in advance, I go to look at the distillery's website to find out what their tasting notes are, but I will tell you that this bottle does not even show on the distillery's website. So there's no way to get that. So I did not read them, but I was able to find on Total Wine, they did have some tasting notes and stuff on it. So I quickly took a screenshot of that and saved it on my phone so that we would have it for this game.
So I actually had been hoping, because I hadn't seen this board in a long time, that maybe it disappeared.
Yeah,
Shona
Brian's
gave up
down
on
4
it.
points. I'm up 4 points. So he,
Yeah. And Shona is very, very competitive. She hasn't had to change the rules in this game yet to win, but she's not above changing rules. So I guess we will give this thing a shot.
we will.
This is what we really wanted.
Yeah, just really to taste it again. So a lot of sweetness on the nose.
Very sweet.
Picking up hints of caramel, a little bit of char, brown sugar even. It's just a really nice sweet smelling bourbon.
I got that brown sugar on my palate immediately. Like that was the first thing I got.
I'm looking at this board and I seen mint. I don't know why I was staring at that word, but I felt like it was kind of minty at first, but I think maybe it was mind over matter on that. Definitely vanilla. I'm picking up the vanilla. I felt like a little bit of tobacco taste.
How about leather? Did you get leather?
No leather. Maybe maybe a little of, it has a baking spice to it. And I did read that it is a high rye. I could not find the exact mash bill. I know that it is a bourbon, so it's at least 51% corn, but it's a high rye and then malted barley.
I did get a little bit of like char. And that developed the longer it sat on my palate. I got that.
It has a very nice finish. It just
Yeah.
kind of lingers. It's a really nice lingering finish. It's not hot at all. It's only a 90 proof bourbon. I would say this is a great, if you can find this is a great beginner bourbon because it's not hot, it's sweeter, it's enjoyable.
It has just enough of that bourbon heat to it. And I think it, like there's just the right level there that it really helps to bring the other flavors out. I've got some caramel that time to go with the brown sugar.
So definitely caramel. I don't know as if there's a brown sugar option on here.
There's not.
So I think it confectionery, I know it's kind of sugar, but it pastry, but it's not brown sugar. But we'll make that brown sugar for you.
Hey, thanks.
We'll just know that one's brown sugar.
It's not going to be on there. I mean,
I'm going to do toasted oak because for the char.
so smooth. And it reminds you of a 1792, really.
Oh, it does. Definitely does. It's a baking spice here. And I'm trying to decide if it's pepper. I don't feel it's cinnamon. It could be a clove. I want to say I'm almost picking up hints of like a nutty. It's kind of a nutty bourbon. I'm going to go clove. So I have mine picked.
Didn't take you long either. It's almost like you read those things or something.
Sure did. He always says that no matter if he's the one that does this game, that I always read them, so. I do feel bad because you do not have a sense of smell, so it makes it harder for you. And you don't cook, so you're not used to, you know, tasting things and cooking with things. So I will give him that.
I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I kind of feel like hidden in there underneath the other flavors, I feel like I'm getting my maple syrup.
Maple syrup.
So I have my 3.
I want to move this clove to tobacco because I'm still tasting hints of tobacco. It definitely has a spice on it, but I'm not confident with the clove. But I do taste the tobacco. All right, Total Wine. Here we go. Let's see. So,
If I could play the drums,
yes.
do a drum roll for you.
And I'm heads. So robust notes of vanilla. Neither of us picked vanilla.
You mentioned it once.
I did, but neither of us picked it. Caramel. So I got one with hints of cloves and cinnamon.
You blew that one.
And I blew it. Finished with a rye spice and warming mouthfeel. So
I feel like that's a small win for me, the fact that you moved off a point.
yeah, but I got a point.
Yeah, you got a point. But you could have had 2.
Right, so let's go to see this other one, because there was 2 of them that had a review out there, but I didn't take a screenshot of it, so let me see if I can find it real quick. Balanced flavors of caramel, vanilla, dark fruit, cinnamon, and oak. So we both have the oak, but we cancel each other.
Yep.
So up 1 for me. Now I will tell you that's the 2 reviews from the 2 sites that have this. I'm telling you, pick up more flavors than those.
Yeah, there's a lot going on there.
Yeah, yeah. It's not a boring bourbon whatsoever. It's very smooth, full of flavor. I mean, it's not a bourbon that's, you know, top notch, you know.
No, but it is at a price point where I feel you should be getting something for your money.
For $60 to $80, you should be, and I feel like you are.
Definitely, yeah.
I would, if this bottle was available in Ohio, I would like to see it more around the $40, $50 range. But I've had some $70, $80 bottles that are not this flavorful. So definitely a good buy.
No, and I think you're right. I think if that bottle was $50, it'd be a phenomenal deal.
Absolutely. But definitely a good buy. If you run into it, I would highly recommend it. Of course, it's a beautiful painted bottle with a white painted horse on it. I mean, you can't go wrong with a pretty bottle.
I feel like you would buy that bottle
if
you didn't know about it.
Yeah, I would.
Because of the artwork.
Yep, it's pretty.
It's a traditional looking whiskey bottle, I think.
But hey, so thank you, Neil, for sending us this. We're going to enjoy it. We're really enjoying it tonight. I know I heard Brian's putting me back to work after this, but...
Yeah, well, I think it's kind of a combination. I'm putting her back to work, she's putting me back to work. So...
Yeah.
But in a few days, I think we get a day off.
Yeah, hopefully starting next week, the week before Christmas, we can shoot a show in the new bar.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Maybe as soon as Sunday we can do that.
Yeah, that'd be super exciting.
Yeah. So, with that, we apologize again that it was so long. I know it's been over a week since we've done a show. And we talked about it every night. We really need to go do a show. We need to go do a show. And then last night for me, it was like 2 o'clock in the morning when I thought, I probably ought to go to bed. So, we'll pick the frequency back up. We'll get back to where we were at. We'll start having more fun with it again in our new surrounding.
Yeah.
So until next time, stay safe everyone, and thank you for joining us.
Thanks everyone.